Guys, welcome to today's video. Today I will share a very simple yet extremely effective strategy that will allow you guys to gain significant amounts of strength and allow you to perform better at near maximal weights and will allow you to maximize your hypertrophy results, which will cause you to look at your best when you look in the mirror. The strategy I will share with you guys is called the conjugate training method, and it states that before you do your hypertrophy work, before you do your accessory movements or the hypertrophy work in the typical hypertrophy, the most efficient hypertrophy rep range, that you perform a very heavy single, double, or triple before that. Building up to an extremely heavy single, double, or triple will allow you to maximize your force output by stimulating and training your nervous system. You will not only become extremely good at lifting very heavy weights for a 1 rep max, because that is only going to be trained by working with extremely heavy weights. You are also going to be able to lift heavier weights in the hypertrophy rep range, the optimal hypertrophy rep range, which is between 6 and 15 reps due to enough time under tension, being able to use proper form, and being able to scale the progress properly. And by being able to performing better there with heavier weights or the same weight for more reps, you will maximize your muscle growth potential. The first thing you do is you take a couple of warm-up sets and you warm up and you build up to a very heavy single, double, or triple. I personally love singles, which is about 95% of my 1 rep max that I perform. I always leave at least 1 rep in the tank because the goal is not to burn yourself out with that single. The goal is to make your body adapt, to prime your nervous system at being able to handling very heavy weights. This will allow your body to be primed for strength output. And you will not only see that by only performing one heavy ass set before your performance lifts, that you will gain enormous amounts of strength. The carryover it has to your accessory work, to your hypertrophy work for that matter, is going to be massive. Because since you are primed for strength output, the weights that you would otherwise lift for 6 or 8 reps will feel lighter and you will probably be able to perform 1 or 2 reps more. And because you become more efficient at producing insane amounts of strength, you will notice that in a shorter amount of time, your performance will go up so much and you will make so much progress, and you will not only get stronger, you will also maximize your hypertrophy work. So the conjugate training system is essentially a very effective and simple, time-efficient training system that allows you to gain insane amounts of strength while also allowing you to maximize your muscle building potential. And as I've said, while you can stimulate a maximum amount of muscle growth on a per set basis between 5 and 30 reps, for the most practical reasons, I would perform most of my hypertrophy work for my compounds lift between 6 to 10 reps and my accessory work such as isolation work between 8 and 15 reps, because those are going to be the rep ranges that will allow you to use proper technique, prevent injury, give your muscles enough time under tension, and you are going to make proper progress and scale the progress easily in that rep range. And while you will, of course, increase your 1 rep max and it will increase your general strength by primarily training in that training range, being able to lifting very heavy weights near a 1 rep max is more of a skill than anything else. And you can only learn that skill and become efficient at that skill if you train with very heavy weights. And like I said, the goal of that very heavy set is not to burn yourself out. It is simply to teach your nervous system to handle very heavy weights so that you can recruit the maximum amount of muscle fibers for each lift. And the beauty of that system is that it has so much carryover to your hypertrophy work. They go hand in hand, they work as a synergistic relationship where one increases the other and the other way around. Because if you become more efficient at lifting very heavy weights, you will be able to lift more weight in your accessory work, in your hypertrophy work. And as a result of being able to performing more reps or using a heavier weight in your hypertrophy work, your muscles will get bigger, and a bigger muscle has the potential to be a stronger muscle, which means that your 1 rep max and that your singles will go up in weight as well. And that is how the conjugate training system gives you best of both worlds without having to fully focus your attention on performing a typical powerlifting workout routine, which is of course great for strength, but not for hypertrophy. And truth be told, if you want to maximize your strength, it's actually better to only perform a couple of sets in a very low rep range, because it doesn't take that much to maximize your strength output. And it's also better to focus most of your attention on working in a hypertrophy zone between 6 and 12 reps for your compound lifts and 8 to 15 reps for your accessory work. So it's a very simple strategy. It's extremely effective, and I cannot stress enough how much benefit it has given me in order to get stronger, in order to get bigger, in order to maximize my body composition. The conjugate training system is, in my opinion, one of the best systems there is, and you can do it for life. So just to give you guys a small recap of what you should do. For example, with your major lifts, I'm talking about the bench press, the weighted chin-up, the squat, the overhead press. Those are the 4 lifts where I personally use the conjugate system. If I do it for deadlifts, I do 1 very heavy set of deadlift followed by Romanian deadlifts, because that's for another video, but because they are better in my opinion for hypertrophy. But what you should do is, for example, with the bench press, you warm up properly, you build your way up to a very heavy weight, which is about 95% of your 1 rep max. You perform a heavy single with it, you rest for a couple of minutes, just to be sure the single doesn't have to be 1 rep max, doesn't have to be an all-out grinder, just a simple, smooth, clean, single, near maximal weights, but with a bit of fuel left in the tank. You rest for a couple of minutes, and then you perform the amount of sets that you want to perform in the hypertrophy zone of 6 to 12 reps for compound lifts. And that is pretty much it, guys. Doing so will prime your system for strength, will give you a better carryover, and you will become extremely strong, and you will maximize your muscle building potential. I hope this video has gotten you guys value. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and share the video with other people who might benefit from hearing this information. And for more useful tips, stay tuned, because I will be making more videos. Take care, guys.